The following is a special presentation of First Horizons Green Sports Zone. This is the Terry's Flooring Tim Armstrong Show. Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome to this year's edition of the Terry's Flooring Tim Armstrong Show, where we cover everything on the diamond with the Chuckey-Doak Lady Black Knights softball team. We'll recap the first stretch of games this year and preview what's ahead next. But first, as always, we need to get a quick commercial break in first. So we'll be right back after these quick messages here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone. The Terry's Flooring Tim Armstrong Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, and Terry's Flooring. Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Tim Armstrong Show, where we cover everything on the diamond with the Chuckey-Doak Lady Black Knights softball team. As always, joined here with Lady Black Knights head coach Tim Armstrong. Coach, it's good to be here. How are you?
I'm enjoying this. It's a first time.
It's a first time, first of many, hopefully, first of a new hit series, hopefully. I know before we started this, you told me that you didn't think you'd be able to hold a candle to some of the more entertaining shows, but I think we can get some good entertainment out of this and please the masses out there.
Well, nobody's out here getting ready to throw rocks at us. So let's see what happens.
We're good right now. We've got an audience of none right now. I'm sure that'll grow once people watch this. But beautiful field behind us, traveling up to play Tri-Cities Christian later today. But let's recap the games up to this point so far through the season. I think 9 games so far. Sorry I showed up so late. Basketball season just kind of crosses in between. But 9 games up to this point so far. If you want to go by one, you can. If you want to go by just how you've played up to this point, take me through your season so far.
Okay, Providence Academy was our first one, and we just got the basketball girls back. I mean, we did get 2 practices in before the game, and we kind of tried to put the puzzle together, see who's going to go where, because we knew we had some talent with the tryouts we had, and we're young. Very, very young. No seniors, 2 juniors, the rest freshmen, sophomore. So we got a freshman pitcher and a sophomore pitcher that we're going to rely on. Jaden Myers and Miss Manuel. Elizabeth has got some speed, and we were working with her. She's our freshman, and we try to alternate. We'll start one and then start the other next day, unless they got struggles, and then we'll come in and pick the other one up. But we come in, and that was great to get a first win on your home field. But then as the season progressed, we sort of found out what was made of. When you go to the Johnson County, and they've got their pitcher back that they had that had gone to Elizabeth, and now she's back, and she could throw it, and we struggled there. But we'll pick up because we got them again at their place. So I'm looking forward to going there. And Cherokee, when we went to Cherokee, there's a lot of people said, "You're playing Cherokee." Well, they didn't give us much of a chance, but let me tell you something. We hung in there. We competed with them, and we've got them coming next Wednesday. I hope the outcome will be a little bit different. So Unicoi County, I'll just say this. Unicoi County is a top dog. They've got a pitcher that's already signed ETSU. They come down to our district now, and they've been to state tournament 4 times out of the past 5 years, and we got to see some pitching. And we had
probably some of the better pitching you'll see this year.
I think we ended up 1 person on base, and it was a walk. So after the Unicoi, let's see, where did we go? Unaka had just come in. Their girls had been to the state tournament, and they pulled in here, and he told me, he said, "I'm going to be struggling." I said, "Well, join the crowd. We're all struggling." So we got out here, and we played with them. It's a game we should have won if you look back at everything, because we had opportunity after opportunity. We just couldn't get it happen to get that last run in we needed. So then we tried to regroup, and we went to
hosted North Green.
Yeah, North Green come over here, and they didn't have their basketball players because they was on the road coming from Murfreesboro. And 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th inning, We could have won it. We didn't. We got beat 11-10, I think it was.
9-8.
9-8, okay. It's a one run. And like I said, plenty of opportunities. But granted, they did not have all their players. But they still had their pitcher. Haley Bailey was out there, and we made some contact in there. She's a good pitcher. They got a good team. So after that, we traveled to Happy Valley. Happy Valley, for some reason, that's what I was telling you earlier, we don't play worth crap when we go up there. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that, but it's like a curse. And I told the girls, I've told them last year, we've told them every year we go up there. We may be the best team up there, but when we get up there, we can't even walk straight line hardly. But here we go. We made some boo-boos, some things that I had never seen in 42 years, but I ain't gonna dwell on that. But they regrouped, played as a team, and I was proud of them. We come away with a win there. It's a great win for us. So after the Happy Valley game, we went over to South Green. And South Green, we knew it was gonna be tough. We jumped on them first inning there, looking pretty decent. But then the wheel fell off, and we struggled. But still proud of the girls. They're working. We've just got to do some better communication, and we need to make the plays, and we also got to hit the ball, because if you don't get a runner on base, you're not going to score, because you got to touch all three of them to get there. And like I said, we have struggled at times. So after the South Green game was last night, West Green. We're playing West Green over there, really good team. And West Green had beat North Green. We'd seen that earlier. So we knew we had our work cut out. But after some changes and everything, I'm telling you what, these girls played ball last night. I was tickled and proud of them. I was so proud of them. I said, look, we need to go somewhere and eat and sit down and celebrate. So we did.
Where'd you go?
We went to, it's Alcatraz or whatever the...
Oh, the Mexican restaurant.
Yes.
You said it and it slipped my mind.
Oh, okay.
I'll think of it here in a minute, but yeah, really good.
Land, you talking about people looking at us. I mean, here comes a big ball team in there, and they're sort of panicking. We don't have that many seats. I said, well, we'll wait. We're hungry, but we'll wait. And they seated us all, and that was a good time to fellowship and talk as a team. Because I tell them, I said, listen.
El Azteca, that's it.
Yeah.
It took me a second.
I was close.
It took me a second.
But when we sit down there and get to talk and fellowship, I mean, it's just enjoyable. And especially after you have a win. I mean, I don't think, if we'd got beat, I doubt if we'd have stopped there. We'd probably gone home and eat a bologna sandwich or something. But I enjoyed that. And today, weather permitting, we're going to load the bus and we're going to head up to Tri-Cities Christian.
Yeah, we're undercover right now because I don't think it's going to rain anytime soon, but would hate to have the equipment and us out there if it does rain. But
right.
You mentioned how it's like a curse going up there to play at Happy Valley. It's like the complete opposite when you travel the short distance over to Malsheim and play. You play really good over there at West Green. What is it about that field that you think just kind of benefits you?
Well, everything's, real close together, and West Green, when you get county rivalries, we've got our West Green, we got our South Green, we got our North Green, the county, y'all time want to beat them. And everybody's playing some good balls. And luckily, we just did some good things yesterday. I mean, some plays, we had a couple errors, but it's going to happen. That's just what I've told them. I said, if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't going to mess up. But if you're doing something, you're going to mess up eventually, and that's how you learn. Remember what you did and correct it. And these girls, they've come a long ways. And we still got a long ways to go, and I am tickled to death with the way they're starting to come together now. It's just like when you're putting that 150-piece puzzle together. Mm-hmm. You always start at the outside. You get the outside. Well, we sort of got the outside. Now we're working on the inside, getting them. And position here and a position there. And when they get comfortable, look out. We're going to be good. It's just going to take us a little while.
You beat me to it. That was going to be one of my next questions is how do you feel like the team is meshed together through 9 games this year? Because going from basketball to softball is a weird period because you have to wait on that season to end and then get them right out here after they finish with one sport. We're 9 games deep now. They've kind of got their feet under them a little bit. How do you feel like the team's meshed together?
Well, since the basketball's kind of wore off now and they're working, it's like I know what you're going to do and she knows what she's going to do. And when it happens, I mean, we've got some little things that we work on. We'll call plays, and that's what I like being able to do plays. I wanted to do the old time. I started out the old time. Dwight Renner, he had some good signs, and I stole some of his. I mean, it was simple. He had 3 things. He had a bunt, steal, and hit and run. And if you could pick up his indicator, you knew what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And I tried to carry that on because, well, I'm an old timer, but I wanted to bring some of the old time back, but it didn't work. So we had to go to our armbands with all that. So they're picking it up, and I enjoy being with them.
You got 3 wins on the season so far, but most importantly, 2 of those are conference wins. Sitting 2-3 at the moment, halfway through. Of course, you like that record to be a little better. But looking ahead now, what do you think you need to do to get some more of those conference wins and better your spot in the standings heading down to this last half?
Well, our bats has got to really. You can't have 4 or 5 hits in a row and then you're stranded. Everybody's got to come together, and that's what we're trying to do, set them up where we can get somebody on, and then if it takes a sacrifice bunt or whatever to advance them, we play small ball. We'll try to do that, but I've said all along, by the end of March, I thought I would know where this group would be, and they're starting to look like I wanted. I mean, we're short. We're 13 players there. And I did that on purpose because I had 20-some come out. And the thing about it is, if I had 18 people sitting in here, 9 on the field, there's 9 over here that thinks they're good as the 9 out there. And sometimes you get that animosity, and I don't like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've got to play as a team, win as a team, lose as a team, and be a team. And that's why I kind of kept what we've got. But now that our program is getting where I want it to be, next year we may carry 16 or 17.
And you're a little bit different than most second-year coaches because normally I would ask a first-year coach, like, how's the transition been into being a coach? A second-year coach, I'd ask, what did you learn your first year as a head coach? But from what you've told me and I understand, you've been with the program every year that it's been a program. You've just not been at the head of the program except for these last 2 seasons now. So being in, I guess, the assistant coach role for, 40 years before?
42, I think.
42, and now 2 years as a head coach. I mean, you have had so much time to learn just throughout all of those years. So what are some of those most important things that you've brought along with you this whole time?
Respect. I like to have the respect, and if they will give me the respect, I'll try to earn their respect because I've told them all along. Before we start our ball game, we always go out here and we pray, and the very first thing I tell them before we start our prayer, I said, listen, I'll do anything for you. I love y'all, but Jesus loves you more, and don't forget it. And we always take a knee for Jesus. And I've been that way for a long time, and that's just one of the things because, if we didn't have and I tell them girls, God give each and every one of you a talent. Don't bury it. Use it. You all got a talent. And they's going through, and we was picking out their talents, and then they give me what my talent was. My talents, I talk.
Okay. See,
I said, well, okay.
Sometimes it's not a bad thing.
No. But, we're having a good thing. I mean, we built this place right there. You can see the date there in 04. And we've done a lot of things, and that's what I was trying to do. I tell them, I said, listen, I'm going to give you a good place to play as long as we can afford it. And you can see some of the improvements
turf,
we've
yeah.
done, and there's more to happen. You can just do so much with what you got, and that's what I'm trying to do, get the best bang for our dollar here.
I love the new improvements. Unfortunately, not been able to use them any recently. Not been here for a while. Still won't be here for a while. About to head on up to Tri-Cities Christian and get on the bus here soon. And we'll talk about that in the back half. We'll go ahead and preview that game and see what's next for the Lady Black Knights right after these messages here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
When it comes to flooring, trust our team at Terry's Flooring. With the largest selection in the area, you're sure to find the perfect look for your home or business. Backed by decades of experience, our unmatched customer service ensures that your project is measured and installed with precision and done right the first time. It's no surprise that Terry's Flooring boasts a 4.8 rating on Google and a 5-star rating on Yelp. Come and see my Popsy's team at Terry's Flooring on Kaiser Boulevard. Terry's Flooring, quality you can stand on.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Tim Armstrong Show, where we cover everything on the diamond with the Chuckey-Doak Lady Black Knights softball team. As always, joined here with head coach Tim Armstrong. So, hitting the bus here in about 45 minutes, heading up to Tri-Cities Christian for a game today up in Tri-Cities Christian. Is that Johnson City?
Well,
or is it Kingsport?
It's Kingsport.
Kingsport, that's right.
Yeah,
Providence
Lebanon Road.
Academy's
Right.
Johnson City. I get those two confused, but
We've
whenever
got them too.
Right.
Yeah.
You do have to go up there later on this year. And whenever you take on Tri-Cities later today, what can you expect when you take the field?
Well, I thought we was going to have a varsity and a JV game, but they told me day before yesterday we were just going to have a JV, but we're going to play our varsity because our varsity is JV, you just will say. So,
You only got 13, as you mentioned, so yeah.
So we'll go up there. It'll be a varsity game for us because in games like this is where we learn to get ready for the district. So I can do some experimenting in here by moving folks around and seeing how they handle a situation. And then I can change, we can work on the batting order. My daughter's my assistant coach, and well, my wife is too. So they keep me straight. I'll have to give them a plug there because if I get out of line, or they let me know real quick. But she's got this program, she does Game Changers. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, after the game, you can look at it, and I didn't know this. I'm not no tech savvy person, but it can fix you an AI lineup based on what they've done. And I said, wow. And I just go by what I've seen, and that's when I do my lineup. But thank God I got her doing something like that. I mean, she's got all these stats and everything down, and it's got things I've never heard of in here. But I'm just blessed to have somebody at her caliber to do that. So today, that's what we'll do. I don't like to see a girl have to throw 80, 90 pitches a game. And we had Elizabeth Manuel there. She was pitching the other night. She had 142 before I ever changed her. And she's, I'm fine. But I may get some other folks in. I've got 2 other girls that wanting to pitch. And today's a prime example. Mm-hmm. We give them opportunity. Now, I wouldn't do something like that, if it's South Green or Johnson County, because that's what counts. But we play these other games to get better for that.
And then playing up a little bit in competition going into next week on Monday and Wednesday, going to volunteer on Monday, and then finally getting back here at home on Wednesday with Cherokee, playing 2 teams that are a classification above you. How much does that help you playing up in your scheduling?
You can't get better if you don't play better teams. And, I mean, we've got better teams in our district, but I wanted to learn something off of the Cherokees, the volunteers, because they're both 2 well-coached teams there, and they got athletes, and we got athletes too, but I want to get out there and see where we do and try to learn some things off of our mistakes. And I hope we don't have many mistakes, but we're going to.
Going into Wednesday also, how good will it feel to finally get back here at home? Because we looked at it, I think going into Wednesday, it'll be 19 games between, or 19 days between home games. So it feels like forever and a day.
Well, I try to come up here every week, and I'll drag this field, and I'll mow it. And one of the good things that we had when we put our turf down, we also put 22 ton of brick dust here.
Okay.
And then in the outfield, to level it up, we've got 10 ton of sand out there too that's was done with a field leveler. So yes, I like to showcase, and I try to clean everything up, and hopefully by Wednesday, I'll have a clean fence row around here, because I come up here today and sprayed it. I'll probably come tomorrow and weed eat it.
We'll give you all a good look at the field sometime soon also. We'll do some interviews on the field and show everybody the beautiful field here at Chuckey-Doak. I love all the facilities here at Chuckey-Doak. I try to tell everybody about how nice they are. I don't know if you could pick a better backdrop to watch a baseball game at than up there with the mountains behind you. Same here with the soccer field. And if you're an outfielder and you play here, it's got to be one of the most beautiful shots behind home plate when you look at those mountains back there. Even, hey, we got new tennis courts over here now. So whenever you're out here at Chuckey-Doak, you see some of the most beautiful landscapes and backdrops possible when you play athletic events.
We'll give a plug to the agriculture department.
That's also a new
They've got a brand new greenhouse up there.
Yeah. Nice and new up there. Nice and still shiny at the moment.
Well, they just got it done. Of course, they're not going to have nothing in it because we're in the end of March there, and they should be plants up there by now. But yes, this place is growing.
It is growing. I love to see all the new things. Love to see renovations, because that means that things are improving. I know some people don't like renovations. They don't like to see buildings being worked on and things like that. Like you've got dirt out there past the center field fence, but it just shows that people care about improving the product out here.
I'm responsible for some of that dirt. Let me tell you, if you'll see the hill up there, all right, maintenance come up here and done the ditch. Tried to shoot it so the water didn't come through here, because after I got my turf down, all of a sudden I'm getting water coming down through here between short and second over there, first and second, and it's coming down. And I said, we need to do something about it. So he come up here, and they brought their excavator, and on this side was a big pile of dirt, and there was a ditch, and here, right there at that bare spot, was the other pile from that ditch. Well, I was gonna fix it. So I went and got the school's tractor and loader, and I got all them piles, and I tried to build that bream out there. My water slowed down, but we had a big monsoon here, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and I come up there, and there's a little pond behind that, and it seeped through, and it just barely come down. So I've got to try to address that situation. I want to slope it and then sow it, and that'll hopefully keep the water, because I don't have the issues that we have had in the past, but this has helped. And with the school coming out here and trying to get that water shot from this side, so it's supposed to go around here to the holding pond that you see out here, and that side's supposed to go down there. But yeah, that is a little eyesore, but I'm responsible. I did that.
Hey, when you have a reason for it, it's justified. Okay. And hopefully we don't see any rain later today. Hopefully this all passes by and we get these games in today, because I know as a coach and as media, there's nothing more frustrating than postponements. So hopefully we get those in today. But hey, as you go up to Tri-Cities Christian today, something also, you're the bus driver, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
So there we go. So
Yeah.
you do everything, head coach, scheduling, bus driving, you do it all.
And if you look at our schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we've got ball games. Tournaments, we got April 11th, the JV tournament, and then Tiny Day the next week. So if we get rainouts,
It's hard to get them in.
yeah, there's 32 games on our schedule. I'd have to probably, if district comes to it, I'd have to cancel,
Yeah, a non-conference
yeah,
game.
to get it in, because we don't have much leeway. I like to do the practice, but I'd rather do the game.
Absolutely.
And I can only do so much on practicing. I mean, we set up stations, we set the pitching machine up, and we throw some rockets now. Yeah.
You got to get them ready. You got to have Roger Clemens up there on the mound sometimes for them just to see what they can hit. But hey, hopefully you get up there to Tri-Cities Christian today. Hopefully a good product out there on the field. And not only do you get the game in, hopefully you get a win in today.
That'd be great.
Absolutely. But that's all we got this week. Unless there's anything else you've got to add.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we got this week. Thank you all for watching the first edition of the Terriers Flooring Tim Armstrong Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.